So, players taking a bit more time to take their mulligans. Perfectly fine. I think both on 6 now. Let's see. A bit ironic that Alexandre has these sleeves with the blue backside over the tier. It's the Storm theme, but not so much the Rakdos theme, I would say. And it seems both have a keep. That's good. That's promising. And Alexandre is on the start. Starting with a Lotus Bloom. I haven't seen that one for a while. I think the last time I played it in a deck was with stick fingers, the old stick fingers. There we go. Cool card. Also very interesting, apart from that, the deck plays Soul Talisman in addition. That's a card that most people would have thought will never make it into a deck. However, here we go. Yeah, everything that ramps up. There are some scenarios in which you will have a lot of mana early game on in order to ramp into Tevesh. And then you can... And Slimefoot is one of those matchups where you can play a bit more grindy. Collect your things until you find something useful. And here we have a Dauthi. Oh, okay. That already proposes a problem. So if you're wondering, this is the secret layer version. I mean, it's a good creature against Rograkh Tevesh. Then again, the deck plays plenty of ways to get rid of things like that. Here, for example, an engineered explosives. Again, a card I haven't seen for quite some time. But I mean, it suits well. Oh, and an abrupt decay for the explosives. That's really good. That's a nice counterplay. So maybe if Alexandre is very much dependent on that explosives to stick around in order to handle the Dauthi, this might have been a huge strike. Already an entertaining game to watch. Apart from that, how is it going, guys? It's a beautiful, not too hot Monday. No, Monday. We have Sunday, actually. Sunday morning in Germany. How about your morning? So let's have a look at his hand. Actually, I can't really identify any cards right now. Oh, that's a Flare of Duplication. The card beneath, something Japanese, could be anything. Yeah, he's also a big fan of Japanese cards. As you can see, most cards, well, all the cards on the table currently are Japanese. It's a culling the week, okay. So now, if Yeah, if it goes under the Dauthi, you should be able to play the Bloom. The thing is that I played this turn without paying his mana cost. Yeah, exactly. That's why it would work. The question is, and I think it's not the case that Slimefoot player will sacrifice one of the good outs in order to ramp up his own game plan. Depending on his hand, obviously. We see a demonic tutor. Okay, which he's playing right now. For my part, I'm still resolving my spell on the stack, which is called Breakfast. I'm pretty sure anyone is familiar with Demonic Tutor, but still, it's the Joker in black. And then we have a Fury after he attacked with Dauthi. And that's a big swing here. I mean, Alexandre used the Lotus Bloom to bring down Tevesh. Now Tevesh costs 7. You cannot cast Rograkh. So right now, I think he's far away from doing anything in a stormy direction, especially as long as the Dauthi is around. Then again, it seems that the Slimefoot player is stuck on 2 lands. So here we go. We see a Culling the Weak, Dark Petition, Flare of Duplication. And the last card is 7 mana, search for 3 cards. I'm not exactly sure how it's called. I'm gonna check it up. So it's mana value 7, if I remember correctly. And it should be a sorcery. And it's a mythic rare, right? So yeah, it's Behold the Beyond. I'm gonna show that real quick. Here we go. So discard your hand, set your library for 3 cards, and put those cards into your hand, then shuffle your library. Yeah, it's a card that fits very well for the overall strategy of the deck, and getting rid of culling is a big deal here. Even, you know, like Dauthi can die, anything can happen to Dauthi as long as culling stays in exile. It's one of the fastest and one of the most reliable rituals for the Storm deck to go off. There is a remaining Thrall token on the battlefield, which he could have used for that. But now that it's gone, I think he's pretty far away from doing anything. Also because as long as a Dauthi is on the field, you cannot really go for any Tendrils lines because you would need Yorkwill in the process. Maybe there's a way to go for the dragon instead. And here we have a Cankerbloom. That puts even more pressure to Rograkh Tevesh. Maybe he's destroying the Great Furnace? Maybe that's too greedy. Maybe he also wants to... Okay, he does that, yeah? Fine. I think that's a good decision. There's the delighted halfling and there is the Dauthi. So those two guys are still keeping check. And now there's another land drop. So what he did, he denied the tutor, but let's be fair, the Dark Petition is at the moment not the best card. Since there's only one instant and sorcery in graveyard. Anything else is hidden under the Dauthi. Difficult situation, but really cool to see that here. Good morning, Weasel. The problem is, there is a metagame breakdown available, but it's just a picture. And I cannot upload pictures here to Twitch. What I can do is... Are you guys on our Discord server? I will just link to our Discord server. So that's the metagame from day one. And then you can have a look over there. Okay, so Dark Petition goes under the Dauthi as well as another red card. It seems to be a pirate ritual, I assume. To be fair, that's a very tricky situation for the Storm player to get out. Welcome, Juliao. Juliao? Yeah, that seems right. Glad that you found us directly. Bon dia. So you guys are from Italy, I assume? Oh, don't you say buongiorno? Bon Excuse me. Bon dia is a good day then? Ah, it's Spanish. Okay, my bad. That's a short form, right? From Buenos Dias. Okay. I think I figured it out. We have finally the Dauthi is gone. And it seems that he decided to sacrifice it in order to use the Dark Petition. Yeah, and it seems like he decided to go for a grief. And the grief... Is that correct? Because I was looking at the chat for 2 seconds and I'm already confused how the grief entered without dying and only with 2 mana on board. Ah, never mind. He gets the additional mana from Dark Petition, right? That's the thing. That's it. So he did it in his main phase, I assume. And then the grief takes care of the tutor. And now we're starting to pressure a little bit. And this seems to be a lethal attack already. So we have 2 + 8 2+6 in total, and then another 6 damage from sacking a creature to the goblin. Personally, I don't think it should be nerfed. I think it's fine to have a deck like this in the format. It's very, very difficult to play that deck, to pilot it correctly. Therefore, I think if players manage to pilot it through victory or to victory through a metagame that's adapting to that, they should be rewarded for it. There are tons of ways to interact, and I think it's just a matter of learning to play against it. Oh, you're from Denmark. That's nice. I've been to Copenhagen last year. Beautiful city. There was in Copenhagen. There was this small event, Tier One MTG, right? This was mainly a CDH event, and I remember at some point they also had like a 30-ish players dual command event, if I remember correctly. So we have a Utopia Sprawl, Forest into U Sprawl, right side, left side, Roku's Theater. Everything in Japanese, very nice. Oh, that's nice. How many players? Because we wanted to go at some point. Last year, we actually decided if they gonna do this tournament again, the Tier 1, because we also have some CDH players in the community. Then we will go over to Copenhagen and play some Dual Commander there. But I don't know, I haven't seen any update. Someone told me there's one guy who used to play on Cockatrice a lot. Yeah, that's not bad. 25, 30 players, that's good. So we have a gamble. Chances of keeping the card are high. Yeah, rolling a die is so you will. Interesting. But a Bowmaster went into the graveyard. That's probably not the card he was searching for. So we have an Underworld Breach. That could have been the card he searched for. Rograkh. We see a Simian Spirit Guide, a Lake of the Dead. Yeah, the answer is that you. So this is only a picture, the metagame breakdown. So please head over to our Discord where you can find it. I can also tag a invitation. And I will just pin that. I honestly don't understand why. I think it's more like a hype. I think there has been a lot of debate about Skull Clamp regarding Cloud. Very noisy, So from what I've seen so far with Cloud and also put it together myself, it's definitely a powerful deck, and I think it's cool to have some of those equipment cards being back in a format like very old ones, the swords, Sword of Fire and Ice and stuff. Oh, here we have an Abrade again for the Keen-Eyed Curator. That's rough. That's rough, because that was one of the good outs, especially against Underworld Breach, which seems to be in the graveyard, right? Yeah. Uh-huh. So that's the that's the Metamorphosis Fanatic he just drew. Um, and the opponent is like, yeah, well, whatever. Like, if you have it, you have it. Spending so many resources to. I mean, so many is relative, but you only have limited resources, and now the Keen-Eyed Curator is back, and it can take care of the relevant cards in graveyard. Apart from the gamble, I think right now there's nothing too crazy. He takes the breach. Okay. I think I would have taken the gamble instead. No, there's no Kefkas on stream. But very, very cool matchups overall, I have to say. We will upload all of them onto YouTube, don't worry. Very diverse matchups, I have to say. Like, we've seen, I think in round 2, we had a classic one, Atraxa versus Slimefoot. Apart from that, a bunch of new commanders. Or commanders that are a bit lurking in the shadows and you've never seen them before. At least not on cam anywhere. That was really cool. We had, yeah, mostly, we had 2 new commanders from Final Fantasy. We had Lear, the High Tide one that LSV played. I also, yeah, I hope for that they completely fix the issues. Would be, but I think they did. I mean, I think they figured yesterday what was the problem and should not happen today. As I said, like in the beginning, it's not. I'm pretty sure they did the test on Friday, but you know, there's always something that messes up. Okay, so the raccoon is taking over control. Really cool guy. Also, really funny artwork, I think. Powerful cut. I mean, remember when Bloomburrow was released last year? We played the Shesh Masters, yeah, and I was playing Aragon and I played against a Stamford player, and I didn't get the line that this guy gets trampled once it has Delirium in exile, and my opponent got me or caught me off guard with that. But I don't know about you guys, but it happens much more often these days. Like, you have cards with so much text, and you just, let's say you look at the card, you read 80%, maybe 90%, and you're missing like the last line, and the last line is crucial as well. Since all the cards have tons of text today, that can easily happen. Here's a Soul Talisman that I showed earlier. Was played 2 rounds ago, I think. The Fanatic is gone, but the Curator sticks around. And I mean, yeah. Again, this is a very difficult state for the Storm player. Now, since Rograkh has been played, He has no access to Tevesh apart from drawing Command Beacon. And that seems to be the concession. Yeah, because the Storm player is on 1 HP. And that almost seemed too easy for the Slimefoot player. But here you see, like, people adapt.